have a picky eater at home, it usually takes several tries. That's important to remember before kids decide if they like a new kind of food. So persistence is key. It can also be a challenge, though, for families to find ways to introduce those new foods in the first place and empower kids to make their own healthy choices. Joining us now is UW nutritionist and a regular News 3 contributor, Donna Weihofen. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.
We have a really great list of tips and a great group of kids, actually, to introduce you to eventually. But let's talk first about what you want to put out.
Well, one of the things we do is we have to give kids choices because they don't all like the same thing, and nor are they going to learn to like it at the same tempo. And so I'm saying maybe for your family meals, put out choices separately so they can put it together. And we're going to show you an example tonight. I'm going to create a pasta bar, but pick out 3 or 4 things you might think the kids would like to try on their pasta. And we're going to have some children tonight, and I have a whole array of healthy nutrients, and they will choose what they put on it. Because if you put a pasta dish on in front of them and there's something green in there and they don't know what it is, they're not going to eat it.
So we should maybe have the kids start.
Let's have some kids come.
And come on over, everybody.
We have an array of things. Peppers, and we have cauliflower, and red peppers, and yellow peppers, and green peppers.
And you can see that everybody gets to go for their favorite things.
Some pasta, and use some pasta.
So does anybody here just say, yes, we're allowed if it's true? Do you pick food based on the color?
No.
Oh, want some more?
No. Do you pick food because you know it's good for you?
Yeah.
Do you? Not always.
We've got a few honest ones. So is it mostly that you're picking it because you've had it before?
Yeah.
See if you can try at least 2 or 3 new things. And one of the things about kids, we tell them just to try it, even if they make this dish and they don't like part of it. We don't want to force them to eat it. We want to just introduce it and then another time introduce it again.
And now something on this table here that we'll get to afterward, it's a plate of cookies. And I know I often, as a parent, use it as bribery. I'll say I have a new kind of treat. In this case, it's very new, and we'll tell you why in a moment. But is that okay to say, I'll let you have one of these, but you have to promise me you'll try 2 new things or 3 new things? Is that a fair way to do it, or?
Yes, that would be okay. We don't want to say you have to eat your food all gone.
No.
The Clean Plate Club is out because we want children to learn to feel full. And when they feel full, really respect that and say, okay, that's great, you're full and that's the end of the meal. But they can't have a snack 3 minutes later. So feed on them regular meals, regular snacks, and then allow them to eat as much as they want.
Now, can we ask everybody here, can you do me a favor and everybody make sure you have at least 1 green thing in there, if not 2?
It's got to be green and 1 other red or yellow thing, okay? But even if you don't eat it all, even if you didn't have green peppers before and you just put 1 green pepper on and you say, well, I might try it. It doesn't mean you have to eat the whole thing, but you might want to just try it. And next time when you have it, you might just think, well, I'll try it again, and you might like it the next time. What we're doing is introducing new foods with something familiar. They all went for the pasta. They know what pasta is. So we're putting the pasta with a couple of the things they've seen before. They've probably seen tomatoes and yellow cheese. You can see they're all going for yellow cheese and peas. But then we have some new things. We have cooked cauliflower, and we have cooked spinach.
Now they're looking at a pasta bar, and now that they've all filled those plates, thanks everybody. You did a great job. We should talk a little bit about the next very creative idea we have. Who here would eat a cookie after you eat your pasta if we asked if you wanted one?
What if I said it was a healthy cookie? Would you still like it?
Yeah.
Well, I have a chocolate chip oatmeal cookie, but it has a secret ingredient. So we're going to break a rule here. We're going to have you taste the cookie right now. You can each take a cookie. See how you like it.
The arms are going in.
And
They're smart kids.
Even though you haven't eaten your supper yet, we'd like you to taste it just to tell me what you think of the cookie. Tell me if it's a really good.
Like a regular one.
It's a really good one.
A really good
You really
one.
like it?
Does it taste different to you at all, or just like a really good cookie?
Really good. Really good.
A really good cookie. Well, moms and dads,
I love
we
this.
have a secret ingredient. I've created this cookie recipe with half the usual amount of fat, replacing it with pureed beans, white beans.
Pureed.
Pureed. You have to have a food processor, so they're pureed to the point you do not know there's a bean in there. Could you tell there was a bean in there?
No.
No beans.
So does the
right?
bean replace then some of the butter or
Yes.
oil that you might use?
Yes, it
You're
does.
Kidding.
No, and Sarah, you've got to try
I
it.
haven't had a bite yet. I
Absolutely
have to. You have to
try it.
talk though.
Yes. And one other thing too, on the rest, we'll have this online, the recipe, and also we're going to have my Alfredo sauce online. This is a very thick, creamy looking Alfredo sauce, and it's extremely low in fat, made with actually fat-free milk and a secret ingredient. So this is also online, so if you can get that.
A great recipe to use instead of perhaps buying the jar that we know
Right.
has so much sodium and so much saturated
If
stuff
you
in
buy
it.
a white Alfredo sauce, it's off the charts as far as calories.
All right. Well, thank you. I'd give you all high
you.
fives, but I know you're busy with your gloves and with your cookies. Thanks for being here. You ready to eat?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Who wants
Thanks.
another cookie?